Hey everybody, I'm DBSTCG Central. Welcome to another deck profile video. If you guys saw today's thumbnail, you saw today that we're doing Bardock Inherited Will. So this is the first legit deck from the Zenkai series that I'm making. The other one was a promo leader. Nobody thought I was going to see any competitive play. It is competitive deck profile and it's super strong. But this guy has been talked about being one of the better yellow leaders that are coming out in the set. And I decided to go with this guy for my main. And I actually topped at my locals last weekend, and it was great. I had a great experience playing the deck. I thought it was super fun, and I think it can handle a lot. So I'll show you exactly what I did for the deck, and other ways you can kind of mess around with it. But for the leader, Bardock's Crew on the Unawakened side. So it's got an auto here once per turn. If it's your turn, when you play a Bardock's Crew card, draw one card. That's it. Cut and dry. It's really good. Some of the Bardock's crews, like on turn one that we play, they draw you another card, so you're actually drawing two every time you play one. I'll show you which ones we run. And if your life is at 4 or less, or there are 4 or more Bardock's crews with different names in your energy, Z energy, battle area, or drop area, you may draw one card, choose one of your energy, and switch it to active mode, and then add cards from your life until you have 6 left. So alternate self-awaken, it's just commonly how you do it, and we almost always awaken on turn 2. So then when he awakens, Bardock Inherited Will. So auto, once per turn, when you play a Bardock Crew card, draw one card. Now this is not on just your turn, it's on your opponent's turn and your turn. So you can accumulate some value that way by playing Bardock's Crew cards on their turn to draw more. When this card attacks, use up to one yellow Bardock's Crew with 5,000 combo power from your drop area in a combo with its skills negated for the turn. So this is a good way to get more stuff into your Z energy for free, but also it makes him become a 20k attacker each turn. Active main, once per turn, choose one Bardock's Crew in your battle area and switch it to rest mode, and then you can choose one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode and KO it. So inherent board removal right on your leader is always good. It has to be in rest mode, but we have lots of ways to put our opponent's battle cards in rest modes, and I will show you some of the ones that we use to do it. All right, let's get started with the deck. We'll start with the Z deck. So this guy is lucky enough to have a Z Awakened leader. It's one of the main reasons why I wanted to play him. So this card here is Bardock Saiyan Determination. So it's a Z Awaken for 3 Z energy and 1 regular energy. It inherently has double strike. Your Z Awaken is when your life is at 3 or less, you basically evolve this. You Z Awaken this onto a Bardock, and you can do Z Awaken anytime you would normally awaken with your leader. So auto, once per turn, when you use a Bardock's Crew card in a combo, you can draw one card. So when you're comboing off your stuff, you can draw a card now. Activate main, once per turn. Choose up to one of your Bardock's Crew cards and switch it to rest mode. Choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode, negate its skills for the turn, and KO them. So also more board removal, really, really good. Yellow had a trouble with board removal, but with this leader, it's not really that hard at all. It's great. So active battle once per turn. If it's your turn, for each Bardock's Crew card with different character names in your Z energy, this card gets another 3,000 power for the battle. So this is really good too. If you have a bunch of cards in your Z energy, he can, potentially be a 30k double strike attacker every turn if you have him out. And we can play defensively and aggressively. So this guy can stay out if we needs to. And he also basically Senzu Beans your leader. So it's harder for your opponent to kill him after you Z Awaken. So really good as Z. I love this guy. A lot of the times I'll swing towards the end of the game. Maybe they have 2 life left. They'll think I don't have anything or they won't expect anything. And then I'll just Z Awaken. And then suddenly he's a double strike. And then I can combo again, draw a card. He's a 20k. And there's other combos in here we do with comboing that make him even stronger. So he's a really, really good addition to the deck. He's the main reason I made the deck. Then we run 2 of these Gohan here. So Sun Gohan facing new foes. So it's got deflect, dual attack. You're only using this for the dual attack ability here. Reduce the EX evolve skill cost of Yellow Sun Gohan SH, which means superhero cards, in your drop area by 2. And if your leader is a Yellow Piccolo, which it's not, then you could play, what's this? When this card is played, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and switch it to rest mode. We don't play it for those effects. We play it for the deflect 15k dual attack. That's why we play them. And another reason I'll show you in a little bit. And then we play 2 of these guys here in our Z Awaken deck. SSB Son Goku Evolved Defender, Deflect Barrier. When this card is played, choose up to one of your opponent's leaders, unisons, or battle cards in rest mode, and they can't attack until the end of your opponent's next turn. This is really good. You can enfeeble your opponent's leader so they can't draw again, or if their unison's a threat, you can tap that down and keep it tapped down for a turn. So it's really good. And if you have a troublesome battle card also. If this card's in rest mode, when your opponent plays a card, you may place one of your Z energy in its owner's drop area. If you do, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards or unison cards and switch it to rest mode, and then negate this skill for the turn. So just some added tapping, which is really good here. We also run 1 Oolong to go for game. Oolong Greed is good. So unique, active main once per turn. Choose up to one battle card in play, ignoring barrier. Sorry, I'm from New England. Barrier, and this card's power becomes the chosen card's power, and at the end, at the time you choose it with this skill. So basically, if you have like a 30k out, even if it has barrier, you can choose it, or even if your opponent has a giant like 30k battle card, you could play this card for 1 energy and 2 Z energy, and then he'll become a 30k single strike attacker. So he's really cool to go for game when they think you're out of everything, and you can just play this guy and get one more 30k, 40k swing if they have a secret rare out. Is really cool. And then we run one of this guy. He's a tech. Our leader needs to be at 3 life to Z Awaken. So sometimes you just need to get there. So one of these guys just helps me get to 3 when I need to go for game if I have to and stuff. So he really comes in clutch. But if you don't know what he does, he's SSB Vegeta summoning the impossible. He's got unique. If your leader is a Son Goku Z leader, this card gets 10,000 power and double strike. We ignore it for that. We play it for this auto. Place 1 card from your hand at the bottom of your deck. And when this card is played, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand, and you could draw a card. So it draws your card, it gets your life where it needs to be, and then you can Z Awaken when you need to. So it really helps out the deck. So that's the Z deck. And now we get into the regular deck here. So we want to play as many Bardock crews as we can without enfeebling our deck. The first ones that we play, great turn 1 because we have 1 live energy open. It's because it's mono yellow. Bardock crew leader. So if you don't know what this card does, first, all these 1-drops actually. If you have 4 different Bardock crews with different names in your Z energy drop area and battlefield, these all get 6k. So they all become 10,000 attackers. Only when you have the right amount of Bardock crews in all those areas I just explained. But other than that, when this card is played, you look at the top 5 cards at the top of your deck. You choose 1 yellow Bardock's crew with energy cost 4 or less from among them, or 1 yellow unison card with specified cost of 2, and add them to your hand. So this is really good for finding your unison, but also it's Bardock's crew. So on your turn, you play it, you get the search, and then you get another draw. So you draw 2 cards off this one guy, who's really crazy. And it helps with your Bardock's crew count, so it's really good. So that's the first one. And then we run 3 Fascia Feeling Bequeathed. That's right. Fascia Feelings Bequeathed. So this has the same permanent as all the other 1-drops, where if you have all 4 different crew names in all the areas, then it gets another 6k, so it becomes a 10k attacker. But with this one, you discard it from your hand, and you look at the top 5, and then it has the same effect as this. You discard it, and then top 5, you can find a Bardock's crew 4 or less, or you can find a unison with energy cost of 2 and add it to your hand, which is another way to help us find our unison. We only run 4 in the deck because we have so many ways to search it out on our turn 1, where it's really, really consistent. For different Bardock crew names, we run 2 of these guys. So with this guy here, he's a Shugesh. So he's got the same permanent as everybody else. He becomes a 10k if you have all the Bardock crew in all the areas. But when this card is played, you draw a card. So turn one, if you don't see it in the Bardock, you can play him. And then you're drawing 2 cards. You draw one for him and you draw one for your leader. Really, really good. And it's on both sides too, obviously. 2 of those. Then we also run 2 of these. So this is Torah, Feelings Bequeathed. So this is a counterattack. It's got the same permanent as these guys. It becomes a 10k when you have all the Bardock's crew in all the areas. But you negate the attack, you play this card, and this is a really good card because it's a negate, so you play it on your opponent's turn, and if you're awakened, it'll draw you a card on your turn. So it's a negate, draw a card. And then also, if you discard a card, if your leader is a yellow Bardock's crew and you discard 1 card from your hand, when this card is played, your opponent can't attack your non-leader cards unless they choose one of their cards in active mode and switch it to rest mode. So it's a mini freeze or riposte. They can attack your leader, but they can't attack your Unisons or your battle cards. So this is really good if they're trying to like get rid of your board and attack all your stuff and get into it. You can just play this card, discard a card, and then you don't have to worry about them doing anything. They can attack you. And if they're not attacking your Unison, that means you will get a counter step. So that's why this is really good. You always want a counter step in this deck, so you can, a counter step, a combo step in this deck, because you want to be able to combo stuff off. It'll help your deck do what it has to do. So by stopping them from attacking your Unison, which usually you don't get a combo step in, it actually helps because they'll be attacking your leader where you can combo out of it and do all sorts of shenanigans. So we'll show you. A really good counterplay for this set here is Bardock's Feelings Bequeathed. So this one here is another 1-drop. It's a counterplay, so you can play it on your opponent's turns, draws you a card, so it's really good in this deck especially. It has the same effect as everybody else. It becomes a 10k. When this card is played, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with energy cost 7 or less and switch it to rest mode. Really, really good. So if you have some giant boss monster coming out, you can play this card for 1. And then when it gets played, it's played in rest mode, so you don't have to worry about getting like triple striked or anything crazy like that. All right, so that's it for the 1-drops. After that, we're going to go into the apes here. The first ape that we run is the best, I think. Great Ape Bardock saying potential. So what this one does here is it's got deflect, so it's always coming down. For 1 energy, if you have 3 or more yellow energy when this card is played, choose up to 2 Great Ape Bardock's crew cards with different character names and energy costs of 3 from your deck, and then play them with their skills negated for the turn, and then you can shuffle your deck. So for 1 energy, you play this card. I mean, that's the auto, sorry. An active main for 1 energy. If your leader card is a Bardock's crew and you have 4 or more Bardock's crew cards with different names in all the other set areas, so Z energy, energy area, drop area, or battle area, you can play this card from the deck. So you play it for 1, and then if you pay another 1 energy, you can play out 2 3-drop Great Ape Bardock's crew with different card names. And I will show you which ones we run. These guys are so strong. They're all so great. All right, so we run, starting off, Great Ape Shugesh Saiyan Potential. So this guy is great here. So first active main, limit 1. If your leader is a yellow Bardock's crew card and there are 4 or more Bardock's crews in all the areas said before, you can choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode and KO it. So if something's in rest mode that attacked the turn before you need to get rid of, boom, you just play this for 1 energy, dead, gone. If it was in rest mode, it's getting KO'd. Really great. So it comes in with skills negated here. So it'll just be a 20k attacker when you play with this card, but if you have this in your hand for 1 energy, it's so value town, it's crazy. So that's the first one we run. Then we run 3 of Great Ape Bardock's Saiyan Potential. So this one also really, really strong. So, oh, by the way, this one here too. This one has double strike inherently. So for 1 energy, you're playing a double strike 20k that KOs something. So value town right off the bat. Like really, really strong. The next one we play right here is Bardock's Saiyan Potential, whatever, Bardock's. If you have 3 or more energy, you can play this card and it gets dual attack. Limit 1, if your leader is a Bardock's crew and you have all the Bardock's crew in the necessary areas, when you play this card, you can play it for 1 energy, and it puts something in rest mode. So if you need to put something in rest mode, you can do it with this card, and then after it's in rest mode, you can play this and KO it for 2 energy, any size. Not ignoring barrier, but still, it's super strong. And it's got dual attack, so you're attacking twice with a 20k. Really, really aggressive. So after you get past turn 3, stuff starts getting crazy. You just got to be able to defend yourself until then and be in good shape. So those are the... Oh, wait, we have another ape too. Sorry about that. So we run also Great Ape Tora Saiyan potential here. So this one's really cool. It's a 15k. It's not as strong as the other ones, but it's a blocker. So if you do need a blocker and you need to bring it out, it's great. But also, it's got a permanent. If this card is in rest mode, your opponent can't attack your leader card with battle cards. So it's more of a floodgate effect. Limit 1 for 1 energy if your leader's a Bardock's crew card and its back is facing up. So when he's awakened, at the end of a battle where this card was used in a combo from your hand, you can play it from your drop area for 1 energy after you combo with it. Really good, and I'll tell you why. It's playing it on. You play it on your opponent's turn. It draws you a card, and then you block with it. You combo so it doesn't die, and then it's in rest mode, and then they can't attack your leader. So it's really, really good. Once per turn, if it's your turn, when this card is switched to rest mode by one of your skills, switch it to active mode. So this card, along with these, have that same skill. Right here. When this card is switched to rest mode by your skills, switch it to active mode. So all of these 3-drop apes do this ability here. So, which allows you, after you put it out, you can use your leader ability to switch one of these to rest mode, and it'll restand automatically. So you'll still get all the attacks off of it, and then you'll be able to KO something. So say you play the Baragos and you tap something. After you play it, you can use your leader ability, tap this, it untaps, and it'll still KO something else. So, this deck itself is basically a board wipe. You can keep your opponent's board really, really clean, so you don't have to worry too much about it. All right, some other apes we run that are not searchable off the Bardock here is Great Ape Bardock, Raider's Warcry. So this is an older card, but if you don't know what it does, it's super strong. It's double strike. If your leader card is yellow at the end of battle in which you combo with this card from your hand, you can play this card. When you play this card, you draw a card. So remember, you're playing this on your opponent's turn. If you play this on your opponent's turn, you'll draw a card. In your turn, you'll draw 1 card for this ability, and then you'll draw another card for your leader ability. So you'll draw 2 cards when this gets played, and then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and switch it to rest mode. So this is really good to set up your leader ability. So you play it, you put it down, it'll put something in rest mode, and then afterwards you can pop it with this guy, and then you got a double strike 20k, and you draw 2 cards. So it's really, really strong. It's really, really a powerful deck. I love it. In our boss monster, we only run 2 of them because usually the apes do it. But, at the late game, if you want to drop this guy, Bardock Inherited Might. So this card's Deflect Blocker Revenge. When this card is played from your hand, place up to 4 non-Bardock's crew cards with different card names from your drop area under this card. And you can't play battle cards for the turn. So you want to play this last. Active main for 3 energy of any color. If there are 4 or more Bardock's crew cards with different character names and your energy, Z energy, battle area, and or drop, play this card from your hand. So just from your awaken, you should have everything in those areas. So 3 energy, you play this guy. He's a 25k 8-drop, and then you put 4 different Bardock crews that aren't Bardock underneath him. And then active battle, if your leader is a Bardock's crew card and your opponent has 3 or more energy and you use 1 card from underneath this card in a combo, switch this card to active mode. So that's where this gets crazy. So if you have 4 different Bardock's crews under this card, you attack and you combo the one under it, it restands. So it becomes a 30k. So you can do that 4 times plus its initial attack. That's 5 30k attacks on this 1 card for 3 energy. And if you want, you can keep it untapped and play it defensively. And now it's a blocker revenge. So every time they attack, you can block. But then when you block while it's active battle, you can restand it if you combo to save them. So this guy can be defensive and offensive. So he's a great pivot card and he's a great finisher. If you really need to peg down your opponent's life, he's really, really, really good. All right, so the next cards we run are our Unisons. So I opted on the ones that are for the deck. People are running the Vegeta. I put that in my sideboard, and I think the draw you get off of this is crazy. So this helps your drawing out, even though you draw a lot as it is. When this card is played, plays up to one mono yellow Bardock crew with energy cost 1 from your hand, and then switch it to rest mode. So automatically, so turn 2, you'll play this guy. You'll be able to play a 1-drop Bardock's crew. Let's do it with this guy. It'll make it easier to explain. So you play her for 2. You play this out, and that could get your count to where you need to awaken. So you usually awaken your turn 2, and you'll untap an energy and draw a card. So you'll have 1 open energy to defend or do whatever you want with. But you'll play this with this ability when you play this. It plays for free, and then it goes into rest mode. And then this thing's +1. Oh, okay, let's put it this way. So with this ability, you play this card, you play this. This will proc, so you draw a card. Your leader will proc, so you draw a card. So you draw 2 cards right off the bat. And then it's +1 when it's your turn. When a battle card is switched to rest mode by one of your skills, draw a card. So as this happens, as you play this, you +1 it, because you'll be putting this card in rest mode per this first ability here. Then switch it to rest mode. So this will proc you to draw another card. So when it's your turn, when a battle card is switched to rest mode by one of your skills, draw a card. So just by playing this on turn 2, you draw 3 cards off your leader ability, this ability, and this ability. Plus you awaken and untap and draw. Like every turn. That's the way I play it. So you draw up to 4 cards when you play this, and then you can defend with that 1 open energy that you have. So it is really good. And technically, if you awaken after, your leader's a new card, and you have 1 open energy. So if you want to play another one of these, you'll draw 2 more cards. So then you'll draw 6 cards to defend yourself with if you'd like, if you didn't have like a negate or something for that 1 energy you wanted to use. So it is really, really strong. So that's why I opted on this one. I sided out and I put in the other one when I need to. Or if there's any other ones that I might come up, I can always switch, because this is any 2-drop Unison searchable with those leaders. So it's really, really good. All right, so a few one-ofs and some yellow good stuff for the rest of this. So since we put so much stuff in rest mode, we have to run Poutine, the Dark Sorceress. So if you don't know what it does, it's got barrier. If you switch something to rest mode, you play this card for free from your hand. And once per turn, when an opponent plays a battle card using a skill or activates a counter skill, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and switches it to rest mode. So this is added floodgating for your opponent. So anytime they play a battle card, it's going to come in rest mode, first thing. And then after that, if they do a counter, then we're putting something else in rest mode. So it really enfeebles them, and it's got barrier, so it's hard for them to deal with a lot of times. Speaking about hard to deal with barrier stuff, this is my barrier removal for the deck. It's a newer card from Zenkai. Pan inherited Bloodline, so it's got deflect, unique, and dual attack. When this card would leave your battle area, remove it from the game instead. For 1 yellow energy, if your leader is yellow and your opponent has 2 or more energy, when you play this card from your when you place this card from your Z energy into your drop area to play a Z energy cost of a mono yellow Z battle card with energy cost of 2 or more, play this card from your drop area and then choose 1 of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode and KO it. So this is my barrier removal. I'll explain to you exactly what that does. It also has an effect here in auto. When this card attacks, use up to 1 of your mono yellow cards with 5,000 combo power in your drop area and combo with it and negate the skill for the turn. All right. So our Z energy is full of yellow Z battle cards. And if it has 2 or more, that'll proc. So anytime you get this in hand, you want to combo with it. We also have a way to search it out. I'll show you right after. But if we play this guy or this guy, I usually use it on this guy. If I have barrier problems, I'll pay 2. I'll get 1 in my Z energy. And my 1 Z energy I'll use will be this. It'll go in my drop. I'll pay 3 energy because I have to pay 1 more for this ability. And then this and this will come out. And now I have a dual attack 15 and a dual attack that will become a 15 when I combo with it. So I have 4 attacks I can get off with these 2 cards, plus I'm killing something with barrier in rest mode. So it's a really good combo, and it's really all yellow hat, mono yellow has for barrier removal, but it's super, super good, strong. And it causes some aggression too. You get 2 dual attacks out, so that's 4 attacks that you can get in. So it's really, really good. I run 2 of those, and it's searchable, like I said, and I'll show you how right now. So we run 2 Planet Vegeta. So this card is unbelievable in this deck. It searches out absolutely every monkey, every 4-drop. The only thing it doesn't search out is the 8-drop Bardock boss monster, this guy here. But you'll run into it because you draw so many cards. But like if you have a barrier problem, you play this, you grab this to your hand, you combo this, you put it in your Z energy, and then next turn you can get rid of whatever with barrier. So this card is clutch in this deck. And never mind the effect where at the end of your turn when you pass, it restands all your great apes. So every single great ape I showed you, it'll all restand and it'll be able to attack again. So it's super, super strong. If you don't know what it does, you play this for 1 energy and you could get any Saiyan 4 or less from your deck. Super, super good card. It's an older card, but it's really good. One ofs, we run Swift Retaliation Cooler. It's a counter. So if you're going for game and they try to counter, you can just counter it. And when you counter it, you could play this card, you draw a card, and if your opponent has 6 or more cards in rest mode, you can draw another card. So really good. Then Floodgates, we run 2 Riposts. We run a bunch of extra cards we're getting to right now. We already showed you a few with the Planet Vegeta, which counts as an extra card. If you don't know what this does, is its cost is reduced by 1 for each extra card in your energy and drop area. And you can pay, so I end up paying 1 energy to play this, and when you play it, your opponent cannot attack with battle cards or anything on their board, unisons or leaders, unless they tap a card on their field, which means any card, an energy, a field card, a battle card. They have to tap it before they can attack. So I run 2 of those just because you don't see it till late game because you're doing a bunch of stuff in the beginning. Power of a Super Saiyan. It's pretty much a secret rare. Got limited to 1 on the ban list. This card, if you don't know what it does, it's a negate for 1 energy. You can negate the attack. Permanent, if you have 1 or more mono yellow energy in active mode, you can activate this card's active battle skill from your hand without paying its energy cost. And the active battle is, if your leader card is mono yellow, draw 1 card, then choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards or unison cards and switch it to rest mode. And then you cannot activate copies of this card for the turn. So it is really, really good. You could put a unison in rest mode as long as you have an energy open. You could do it for free. And I draw a card is usually what I use it for. But if you're in a pickle, you can use it as a counter attack also. So really good. And it counts for an extra card for a riposte. 2 Tyrannical Blows. So for yellow, this is the best we're going to do for getting to stop floodgates. So if you don't know what this does, it's a counterplay. If your leader card is yellow, if your battle card being played has an energy cost of 3 or less, it's played with skills negated for the turn. And then you can choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards or unison cards, and you can negate their skills for the turn. So if they play a topo, because it gets reduced in their hand by 2, it becomes a 2-drop when they play it. You can play this, and it'll negate the attack, but it'll stop the floodgate that the topo does. And same with the Majin Blue floodgate, or any floodgate that they have that is similar to the topo style. So this really helps with yellow, especially if you're trying to be aggressive. And we side it out if we need to put other stuff in. Other floodgates that we kind of run in here is we run 2 Nimbus. I just found that Nimbus really helps just to stop attacks for the turn. It's just a really good floodgate. It's a 1-drop. I have usually 1 energy open to defend with most of the time, so having a 1-drop floodgate is really, really good. So I run 2 of these. Plus you discard a card. You could discard other extra cards to make your riposte better, or you could put monkeys or Bardock's crew in your drop to use your leader's effect and to awaken early or get any effect you need. So it really, really comes in handy. And then I run 2 of those because I run 3 of these. So I run 3 of these because we go to 6. So if we're not getting hit, or I don't know, if you need to defend or unison and you need a negate for free, you don't usually have too much energy to defend with, but you do have ways with the comboing and stuff. But also, I want to peg my life down to 3 as fast as possible and be consistent with it. So I run 3 of these so that as I get closer, like if I'm at 4 life or 5 life, I can just use one of these, and then I can Z awaken my leader. So there's all sorts of stuff to do with that. And then finally, super combos. I run 3 Zamasu. I want to tap stuff, and I want to I want my Poutine to go off, and I want to be able to put stuff in rest mode so I can KO it. So this Zamasu is really good. You combo with it, and you could put someone's Unison, or is it Unison? Yeah, Unison or leader card in. Oh no, battle card or leader card in rest mode when you combo with this. So clutch. It comes in so strong. It saves me whole turns. And our secret rare, Piccolo and Son Gohan, Newfound Might. It won me so many games. When I go Z Awaken and then I get double strike, they don't expect it, and then I plop this on them, and then it goes up to like 100k with all the other combos and stuff. It's absolutely nuts. If you don't know what it does, you combo with it if your opponent. You can combo with it for free if your opponent has 5 or more cards in rest mode, and then it's a super combo, and then you draw, and then it gets 3,000 combo power. I mean 30,000 combo power, and then you can play it from your drop, and then when you play it from your drop, you draw a card and you put somebody's card in rest mode. So it's insane. But that's the deck profile. This video is running a little bit long, you guys. Sorry about that. I have an Instagram, Facebook, and an eBay. I'll leave descriptions and the links below. Please like, subscribe, comment. I love to hear from you guys. It's great. I love the conversations going in all the chats. It's awesome. So I'll be back with another Z-Deck video real shortly. I think by the end of this week, I should have another one up. But thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I'll see you guys on the next one.